Welcome to part 5 of Circle of the Moon. We just took out the Adramulek, or however you pronounce that name, and we just had a rather heated conversation with Hugh. More like Hugh was giving Nathan the conversation because Nate was just standing there taking it. But who cares, both of these guys suck. Anyway, it's about high time we get out of the chapel area, and watch out for the Thunder Armors, they start to make an appearance here. I want to talk about how Circle of the Moon was rather awkward to play on the old school Game Boy Advance back in the day. It was the combination of two things really. The lack of a backlight on the Game Boy Advance, as well as Circle of the Moon having a naturally muted color palette. So when came time for Harmony of Dissonance as well as Aria of Sorrow, they course corrected. Though in Harmony's case, you may want to adjust your TV settings if you're playing on a big screen because that game is a little too bright. But that's besides the point. At least Aria of Sorrow actually fixes the problem to where it's not too dark, but also the game is not too flashbang bright either. Anyway, you want to go through here, avoid all the Gorgons and Beast Demons and shit. Just running past everything I fought before. So you want to enter this room, you'll see that this coffin, or what used to be a coffin, is destroyed, and now we're in the underground gallery. Is this Aquarius? I freaking love Aquarius, even though I'm a Capricorn. Now, this place right here, the Underground Gallery, is home to the Harpy. And if you know me, I have this superstitious belief that Harpies in any video game are automatically the most annoying enemies in that game. The Harpies here are no exception. They fly at just the right height to where they can avoid your attacks, but they can also dive bomb you and shoot feathers at you too. It's really dumb. And they dive bomb towards you too. It's not pretty. You want to take those enemies out as soon as you can. Not only do you have Harpies here, but you also got the Death Mantis as well as the King Moth. The Moth enemies are annoying, but they're easy to take down at least. All it takes is 3 hits, so as long as they aren't actively flying away from you, you should be fine. The Death Mantises though, however, are sturdier, and their blade attacks have a lot more reach than they look. See, like right there, it looks like I shouldn't have gotten hit there. And now I'm just tanking hits to destroy the damn thing. Wait, shouldn't Nate be in jail? He just killed a mantis. More hallway of this. Get rid of the moths. I'd rather keep the mantises. But the moths though, freaking gothic butterflies. The moth is just a Linkin Park version of the butterfly. God damn it, you got Harpies here and Death Mantises. Why do you gotta do this to me, game? Why? The Harpies themselves are not bad if they choose to stay still. Keywords is choose. Now, the sound effects whenever somebody gets hit with the whip. I'm pretty sure it's that same stock sound effect from Indiana Jones whenever somebody gets punched in the face. And it works here. Is it generic sounding? Yes, but there's also a charm to having that thick thwacking sound. Now, Harmony of Dissonance does have more original sound effects, which I do appreciate. Not the soundtrack, the sound effects. We got an antidote. This area is highly dangerous because we got killer bees. Oh god, the freaking killer bees. No! Oh yeah, man-eaters return from Symphony of the Night. You can't cheese the carnivorous plants as easily as you could in Symphony, so you just gotta stay back and whip them accordingly. Accordingly? What? Killer bees, though, yeah, they are probably the most dangerous threat in this room. My advice for the bees is take your time, because sometimes they just fly from off screen at such a rapid pace to where they're unavoidable. Oh, and they poison you. Just like the poison armors, which I didn't even feel like dealing with that guy. He is annoying. He shoots out this spray of mist that poisons you as well. And I got poisoned anyway, so it was pretty much inevitable. I think I picked up a couple of antidotes earlier, but I'll just let the poison run out. I have enough health to handle it. I just gotta survive this room. Oh yeah, the things. The evil hands. I just call them things because Adam's family. They really just grab onto you and slow you down, that's it. They don't really hurt you. I missed the sound effects the man-eaters made whenever they died in Symphony of the Night. It was probably a terrible impersonation, but it was almost similar to that. In fact, this game cuts out on a lot of death sounds from Symphony of the Night, which is somewhat understandable. This is a Game Boy Advance and not a Sony PlayStation. But they are both technically 32-bit systems, though the Game Boy Advance is more limited on what it could do with its 32 bits as opposed to the PlayStation. So the GBA is more of like a glorified Super Nintendo in most cases. Which, I mean, I guess it kind of was, because you got Link to the Past and Earthworm Jim and R-Type 3 on the Game Boy Advance. Don't play R-Type 3 on the Game Boy Advance, that actually sucks. All those other games are fine. A Link to the Past, I mean, it's just a Link to the Past. That game is good no matter what. Earthworm Jim is passable on the Game Boy Advance. Donkey Kong Country, I guess it's alright on the Game Boy Advance. It's fine. Just play the Super Nintendo version though, that's better. Wasn't Mario World and Super Yoshi's Island on Game Boy Advance too? I kind of forgot. I think Mario World was. Anyway, for this part, you're going to have to slide, but you have to be quick because the platforms are collapsing. There we go. All that for an MP max-up, which I say is worth it. Yep, that's right, I'm grinding out for hearts here. I feel like I kinda have to because the next boss coming up, or rather, boss is, it's a 2-for-1 deal. They are hard. They're pains in the ass. I feel like they're more difficult than the final boss of this game, but we will see them in a few minutes. It is not fun. Either way, I just cut ahead a bit so the video can get a move on. Make sure you don't get hit by the mycin spores, they will poison you. In fact, this whole part of the map is just poison the game. You want to watch out. Alright, we should be getting close to the boss. There is a save point here. And here it is, the dragon zombies. Ugh. So what I do for this boss is I equip the Thunderbird card with the Jupiter card. That way whenever I get hit, and trust me, I will get hit a lot, I won't take nearly as much damage. There are multiple reasons why the zombie dragon sucks as a boss fight. Not only are there two of them and they have separate health pools, but the dragons attack independently, so one dragon you could be fighting and the other one just decides to throw a fireball your way from off screen, and you didn't see it. Another thing, the hitboxes are jank. What you want to aim for is the head. That is the weak spot or the go-to hit point. But if you jump into the zombie's neck, that hurts you. So that's inconsistent. And another thing, the heads just move around like crazy. You can't really get a beat on them anyway. Oh, and shit just drops from the ceiling. That's good too. The left dragon, to my knowledge, has this flamethrower attack to where it sprays across the screen. You kind of want to get on the left side of the dragon when it does that. And the right dragon has this straight ahead fireball attack. The straight ahead fireball attack does have a blast radius, but it is easy enough to dodge. My best advice is wear down one dragon at a time before fighting another one. Even if that means sitting in a corner for 5 minutes for an opening, that's better than dying in 2 seconds to this thing. And we also got the Castlevania 3 final boss theme making a return. On the rebound. that was actually perfect. But the fight is not yet over, we still got another Jerkin. Whenever you take a dragon down, the living dragon will bite the head off of the dead one and regain some health. Not that that matters in my case. I hadn't hit this dragon yet, therefore they won't gain additional health. It's still gonna take a while because the dragon has 700 health. There is a bit of a safe spot for this boss fight, and that's going to be in the top left side of the room where the door is. Or even the top right side of the room where you've entered. You can exploit the dual setup system and equip Black Dog with Pluto. That's going to turn Nate into a skeleton, and from there you can just start spamming bones. One hit from a big bone will kill a dragon, but in return you'll die in one hit too. However, if you stick to the left or right sides of the room where the doors are, you should be safe. Dude, I did not think I was playing a Mega Man game there. Okay, killed the boss on one hit point and my balls are clenching. Somebody get me to a safe point. But first we need to get this heavy ring. Certain boxes can now be pushed. Which means a lot more of the castle is opened up. And I do mean a lot of the castle. They're just random boxes just sitting about. So what you need to do is backtrack to the first area of the game. I'm actually going to spend the rest of this video just trying to get the stuff I couldn't earlier because, well, boxes were in the way. So I'll see you guys for part 6. In the next episode, we're going to take on one of the more frustrating and boring areas of this game. So I'll see you guys then.